Hello friends and welcome to Pathologic Volume 2 Episode 33. We've got another bonus puzzle today, and it is a Heyawake, which was the very first puzzle genre we covered on the channel. So if you need a refresher or haven't seen this before, please go back and check that out first before we go into this harder one. But for those who just need a quick refresher, all we need to do is take a quick look at the rules. Heyawake is a shading puzzle. The rules are: shade some cells so that no two shaded cells are orthogonally adjacent, and the remaining unshaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. So the big word there is orthogonally, which in this context means vertically or horizontally. So these two cells, for example, are orthogonally adjacent, so we can't have two of the shaded black cells next to each other. And one orthogonally connected area is a way of saying that from any unshaded cell in the grid, you can get to any other unshaded cell in the grid by traveling horizontally and vertically through unshaded cells like that. Numbered regions must contain the indicated amount of shaded cells. So, for example, this 2 at the top needs exactly 2 shaded cells in it, like so. This 0 region needs to have none. These regions with no number in them can have any number of shaded cells in them. A line of consecutive unshaded cells may not cross more than one bold border. This is the tricky rule that is unique to this genre. So, this is saying that this stretch of unshaded cells here, since it has a border crossing in it, can't have another one. And that's protected by this shaded cell here and the edge of the grid here. Here's another example where a run of unshaded cells crosses one bold border. It does not cross a second because it's blocked by this cell on the other side of this one and blocked by this cell inside this region. Those are the rules of Heyawake, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's bonus Heyawake puzzle was set by Shye. I'm going to get started by marking the 0 regions, which are givens for us, as having no shaded cells. That is a gimme. And then I am going to look at big numbers. In this case, in the case of a Heyawake, what I care about for the size of a number is how big they are relative to the size of the region they're in. So these 2x3 regions that have a 3 in them, that's as dense as they could possibly get with shaded cells. And the same goes with these 2s. I'm going to start with the 2s on the edge because they are going to be the easiest for us to understand. This 2x2, in order to have 2 shaded cells in them, they have to be diagonally adjacent. They've got to form a checkerboard. And whichever way we do that, I'm going to demonstrate both ways. If we do it this way, then this is unshaded because it is next to this cell. This unshaded cell needs to escape, can't be hemmed in, so it goes out this direction. And symmetrically, the same thing is true if the shaded cells go in this direction. Either way, these 2 cells will be unshaded. Those are the commonalities of this particular pattern. And so we can use that exact same setup to do this 2x2 with a 2 in it. Has the same thing going on. This one is up against an edge. And that's it for the moment. The 3s in a 2x3, as I mentioned, are constrained. They have to do that or that. And the same thing happens here, but this time with these 2 cells. These, if it's up like this one is adjacent to a shaded cell, and this one is the only way this unshaded cell can get out. And if it were the other way around, it would just be the reverse of that logic. But these, again, are the commonalities that are unshaded regardless of what happens in here. So we can do that for all of this pattern, which also exists here and exists here, there, and there. Now that we've done that, I see that we're going to be able to use those starting points to make some quick deductions. First off, these this 2 by 2 and this 2 by 2 now have an unshaded cell in them, and so now there's only one way we can orient the shaded cells and make that happy. We can do that in both of these cases. Make sure to mark the unshaded cells that are next to the shaded ones in there. And we have a case of the Heyawake rule here, where we've got a border crossing here, and we can't have a second, so this one is shaded. And that, in fact, is the only shaded cell we're allowed in this whole column because of that one at the top. And here we have, if this were unshaded, we would have 2 crossings in this single stretch. We can only have 1, so that's shaded, and that's not. And let's see, what about down here? I guess that doesn't happen down here, but that got us going. Oh, now this unshaded cell gives us the disposition of this 3. And the same thing happened here. We've got one unshaded cell, which gives us the disposition here. Let's mark the adjacent unshadeds in both cases. This 2 by 2 is now defined because of that unshaded cell. We need to unshade this one because of this one being trapped. The same thing happened here and here and here. All of those were dead ends that we needed to take care of. And now we have some more of the border rule that we can put in place. Like here, this stretch needs to be broken up, or else we'd have 2. We can't have that. This stretch needs to be broken up. That has made 2 vertical stretches with a border in them that have to be stopped from growing any larger. That gives us the disposition of this 2 by 2. And this 2 can't have an adjacent. This cell here has to escape, goes here, which puts the other shaded cell from this region in this last little domino. I'm sure we'll figure that out from this 2 by 2 in a moment. Let's see where we're going to look next. Here, we've got a border cross there. We can't have a second. That gives us how this 2 by 3, oops, not that one. These are adjacent, which in turn gives us another crossing, forcing that cell, which bounces right backwards to a crossing that shades that cell. And this one has to be shaded because we'd have 2 borders there. We have a border cross there, can't have a second, so there, and that is the one that we get in this whole region. Now, that was a bit of a flurry of activity. How about this 2? Do we know? We know that it is one of these 2 cells, because we need to break up this stretch to not have 2 crossings in it. So this is not shaded. And we'll figure this out from here probably. No, we don't have to actually do that because we've got this little region here which needs to be connected, can't be divided out by that cell. So this is not shaded, therefore that one is, which gives us another vertical stretch here that needs to be stopped. Now this 3 has one of the 3 cells it needs. There are only 2 more possibilities, so those are both shaded. And now we've got this 2 probably, yes. Okay, so this 2 and this 1 together now form a virtual 2 by 3 region with 3 cells in it. And we already know how a 2x3 region with 3 cells in it works. It is a diagonal little caret or less than greater than sign. And if it were to be oriented in this direction, we would have all of these black cells making these green cells not be able to get out to the rest of the world. So it doesn't go that direction. It is oriented this direction. And that takes care of that side of the grid. And let's see what the connectivity looks like. All of this area is all connected and needs to escape through here. So this is not shaded. This one needs to not, this dead end needs to come out. That's not shaded. And now we're going to have one of these has to get shaded. One of these has to get shaded just to break up these horizontals. But we don't yet know. Oh, well, actually this one's exactly defined because we've got a border cross here. So we can't have one here. So that's done. And we'll have a similar thing happen down here in a moment, I think. How can we bring this over the finish line now? Let's see. It's going to be another connectivity thing. If this were shaded, probably that's an issue, but I don't see it yet. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is what I was missing. This one right here is complete, and that's all we need. Okay, so that will unshade those two. We've got a vertical here, which shades this one, which tells us how this 2x2 goes. This can't be shaded because of adjacency. This 2 needs another. Now we've got a horizontal here that needs another shaded cell to stop that stretch, which grows this one. Now this can't have 2 crosses in it, so that is shaded, and so therefore that is not shaded. And that is how we solve a Heyawake.